All right, what's up, PV Poppers? We got day 4 of Road to Rank 10. Go Battle League is getting tougher and tougher every day. Rank 9 now. This is going to be our journey from rank 6 to rank 9, I believe. In this episode, we are running one team for 2/3 of the episode, and we're going to make one substitution to deal with a couple of things that we were running into. And then the rest of the episode is going to be on that team. So the first team that we're going to run is the team here on the left. It is Azumarill, Bastiodon, and Altaria. Altaria is running Dragon Breath, Sky Attack, and Dragon Pulse. This, my Azumarill is running Charm, Play Rough, and Ice Beam. I am contemplating whether or not I'm going to switch it over to Hydro Pump to better deal with the steel types here, like Bastiodon, because Hydro Pump is going to be doing huge chunks out of the steel types, and we already have our flying type coverage with the third pick, Bastiodon. Bastiodon with Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower to deal with the same type matchups. Smackdown for the flying types for that nice damage, and then we have Stone Edge for the nuke for our flying types and for other types. All right, so we're gonna get into our first battle here against Jaj. And so now we got Altaria into Melmetal. That is a terrible lead. We're gonna go straight into our Azumarill. All right, Azumarill is gonna go straight to the Ice Beam, and we are gonna go ahead and let this go through. So throughout these battles, we're gonna notice I'm running Altaria every single time. I highly recommend for the new trainers out there, go ahead and run this team, run Altaria every single time, and learn how to switch fast if you're going up against something that is a hard counter to you, like a steel type, a Bastiodon, a Probopass, a Melmetal, something like this. And then, work on, charging up a little bit of energy, holding on to that energy, saving it for later, and utilizing switches as well as taking advantage of the Force Mirror, which I'll show you many times in this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and try to Dragon Breath down this Wish here, and he successfully blizzarded my ass. He definitely baited me there. You gotta be able to count these fast moves here. You got five mud shots to a mud bomb, and I believe it's eight or nine mud shots to a blizzard. So, just make sure that you're timing these things out. And that's another great reason to do one team for many, many, many battles, is to start understanding the timing and how slow certain Pokemon are, so that when you go up against them in the future, that say after a Bastiodon throws his charge move, you have plenty of time to overfarm your Pokemon. So as you see here, we did win this match. This team took me 23-2 yesterday. Amazing. I did really, really well with this team. I was really starting to figure out its synchronicities and to really put together some really good lines. I didn't put all 25 matches this time. I'm trying to spare you guys a little bit here. So I took out any of the hard wins. I left all the losses, even the one that I lost due to lag. So I lost 3 in total, 2 for real, and 1 due to lag. And then I left all the close wins in, all the good matches. All right, so we got a terrible matchup here with Medicham versus Bastiodon. So we're gonna switch out into our Azumarill. Now, if he had switched faster, he would have been in a better situation, but we were able to get that shield for the Ice Beam, and we're almost able to get to that next Ice Beam. I think this Venusaur here is running Razor Leaf, which is an interest. I personally do like running Razor Leaf on a Venusaur. It catches your opponents by surprise, and it doesn't really, I think it does just as well. You're not going to get to your charge moves as quick, obviously, but you are able to do serious damage, and because it's a poison and grass type, you're able to take a lot of punishment. All right, so we did win that one there, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But here we go with the next round here. Altaria into Deoxys. Now, this isn't a great matchup for us, but we're going to charge up just a little bit of energy. We should have left right before the sky attack. You'll see as the games go on that I get a little bit better at that switch out there. So like literally right before you hit that sky attack, that's right afterwards when he's going to hit his rock slide. You're going to want to switch out right away, and that way you can eat it with a different Pokemon. Preferably your Azumarill will be able to take not very effective damage from a rock slide and tank that charge move. All right, so we're going to be throwing out this Ice Beam here, and it does connect for almost, I would say, 75% of its health there, which is really nice, really nice. I forgot to mention at the top of the episode, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe down below. I'm at 88 subscribers. We're going to go ahead and do another drawing for the $10 gift card at 100 subscribers. All you got to do is comment below and be subscribed, and I'll randomly pick from the comments as soon as I do hit that 100 subscriber mark. All right, so now we got our Altaria versus Swampert here. Swampert is not going to be doing very effective damage with anything it has. It's going to do chunks, but every move is not going to be not very effective because we are a dragon type. We are going to be resisting all of those elementals, the water, the fire, and the grass. So just keep that in mind. That dragon always resists basically the starters of the any starter Pokemon. So we're going to go into our next round. We did win that one. We're going to do a lot of winning because all I do is win is all I got. So yeah, you know, bro. So here we go again with our Altaria lead. Okay, we got Altaria into Azumarill. Now, depending on what Azumarill is running, you don't really know, but we're going to go ahead and charge up that energy. Save that for later. Bring in our Bastiodon, and Bastiodon charged up a little bit of energy and it's going to throw out this Stone Edge here. Now, Alolan Marowak is going to be doing super effective damage with its Fire Spins and Bone Clubs. You see there that Bone Club is doing about 25% damage there. But we are going to be doing super effective damage with our Smackdowns and our Stone Edges. So, as you can see, we were able to win there. We didn't shield at all. We took one shield from him and cleared out his what's his face? Alolan Marowak. So we got our Altaria into Vigoroth here. Vigoroth throwing out these body slam spam all day. But we got the now he switched into his Azumarill. He threw out that Ice Beam. I went ahead and shielded that Ice Beam, and now I'm going to throw in and force the mirror. This is what I was talking about. So we had already taken a chunk off of the Azumarill. He just threw his energy. Now I'm going to force the mirror, right? I know that my IVs are decent. I know that he already has a chunk of health gone, and so we know that we're going to be able to win first and regain switch advantage because this is how it goes, right? If you have more health and you're going to do the same damage back and forth, you're going to be able to come up on top. So we went ahead and switched out and got into the Altaria. Altaria is going to go ahead and take that body slam and throw out the sky attack. I really wish that after if you lose CMP, it would give you an option to not throw the move after all, because there's a lot of times where you want to throw it unless they throw it first, and then you would want to rather farm down, right? I mean, it would be a nice option. Also, we need a practice zone. I know I've seen it. I said it first. No, just kidding. But then I saw other people saying it, that there definitely needs to be a practice area where you can, go online matchmaking, blind 3 or whatever. But be able to do it without it affecting your ranking and without. Maybe you have to walk. I would understand if you would have to walk maybe 1 kilometer to do 5 battles, so they don't get rid of the walking requirement or whatever. But I think a practice zone would be nice. All right, so back to the battles here. As you can see, I went ahead and forced the mirror again. I switched into my Azumarill because I'd had that energy advantage. I was able to get to this Ice Beam, taking that shield out. He's going to go ahead and throw out his Frenzy Plant, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this. Otherwise, that would have one-hit KO'd me, and we're going to try to get to this Ice Beam again. Get to that Ice Beam, and I think we're able to take out this Venusaur if we don't take the shield. We get 2 shields out of the Venusaur. 2 shields. I decided not to shield here because we want to maintain that shield advantage, get back into a positive matchup here, hit that, he CMP tied me. I guess he has higher attack or whatever. So we're able to get to that sky attack, knock out the Venusaur, switch into our Bastiodon again. Go ahead and let this move go through. Gonna tank that flamethrower and get to our own flamethrower, knock out this Bastiodon, have just enough energy to throw out one or two more smackdowns here to get just a little bit of health off of that. And then we're gonna go rush to that sky attack. Go ahead and throw the shield up. And we get to the sky attack. And we didn't want to go for the Dragon Pulse because Steel does resist Dragon. I guess they're both resisted, so you know, I would have to go look that up right now. But you guys can do that too on pvpoke.com. pvpoke is the best premier site for you to get any information that you need for PvP, starting with the rankings, which update frequently to keep you up to date with how the simulations and how the real life battles are going and who's using what and what's actually coming up in battle. You can go from there to the battle screen and battle page to better do one-on-one matchups. You can do multi-battles where you can put your team against a whole meta. You can do matrix battles where you can put a certain set of Pokemon against another certain set of Pokemon and see in different shield situations in one huge, table. If you guys want me to do a PvP tutorial for real, comment down below. If I get maybe say 5 comments that say, hell yeah, let's do a pvpoke.com tutorial, then I will do a full in-depth tutorial on how to really, really get deep and dirty into PvPoke from the surface to the underbelly, my friends. So just let me know. I'm really well versed in PvPoke. So yeah, let me know and I'll do it. As you can see there, this Azumarill had Hydro Pump, and that takes a ton of damage from a Bastiodon, which otherwise would not be getting, Bastiodon is a bulky, burly little guy. That's why his face looks like a wall, because he walls a lot of stuff, a lot of Pokemon. He's going to be walling them. He's not going to be taking huge chunks from anything except for fighting. Like Dynamic Punch is going to do a big old chunk. And as you can see there, that Hydro Pump did a huge old chunk. So again, we win this match here. We are now ranked 7. We are around 3,271 rating. I did break 3,300 today, and then I tried a 2 spicy of a team and lost 5 in a row. And so that's why we need that practice zone, man. We need to be able to try new stuff instead of having to run the same team over and over again. Even though I do enjoy doing that, running the same team over and over again, that way you are able to practice these amazing fundamentals, the switches and the saving energy, being able to overcharge in order to be able to have the upper hand for the next round. So as you can see there, we were able to save this sky attack for the Azumarill, and I go ahead and switch right there because I know that I'm not going to be able to get to another charge move in time. And basically all I'm doing is allowing the opponent to farm energy off of me. So when you have that little bit of health, depending on the situation, you either want to immediately switch in order to, like if you have a safe switch or a generalist in the back, switch to that and keep that energy off of their, out of their hands. And then you're able to use that Pokemon in the later game, maybe against something that it counters more, harder, like if a Venusaur is in the backside and it gets down, and there is a Venusaur in the back, and it had just a little bit of health left, and you have that Altaria in the back, you're able to bring that in, shield it, and throw off a sky attack, winning the round. I swear to God, I didn't mean for that to work out like that. I was just telling a story, but the example's there. I mean, it's there, and it works. So that's why you save that Pokemon, right? Because later you can use it when it's the proper situation instead of just letting your opponent farm you down like a son of a gun. taking energy for himself and leaving you with nothing, you know? All you're going to do is charge up energy to a point where he's going to beat you to a charge move, knock you out of the game, and that was for nothing. Now you don't have anything to use for nothing for later. Okay, bro? Okay, so this is from way later in the day. No joke, my dog literally sat on my wireless keyboard and was pausing and deleting stuff, and I had to rework a lot of, anyways, I had to do this part. So we got Azu out here doing work to Deoxys defense. In comes the Meganium, and we bring in our Altaria. He flips to his ready steel just in time to catch the sky attack. I had no choice but to throw these because I'm locked in right now. So he's going to throw that flash cannon out. I'm going to go ahead and shield that and Dragon Pulse to do a little bit more chip damage here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that shield from him. And he's going to go ahead and throw out another flash cannon. And as you can see, those flash cannons are not a one-hit KO. So you could very comfortably, I believe, looks like you could almost take two, but I wouldn't risk it, especially with the fast attacks in the middle. So you could definitely tank one flash cannon out of the Registeel on an Altaria. So the Bastiodon goes down to the Meganium. In comes my Altaria, trying to get to that sky attack, but unfortunately I am unable to do so. And he's got another Frenzy Plant to finish off all the little tiny healths that I have on all the rest of my Pokemon. All right, so we got Altaria versus Wishcash here. I'm going to charge up a little bit of energy and switch out immediately, and he switches out immediately as well. I should have charged up a little bit more there to bait the shield out of the Azumarill here. It's important that if you are trying to bait, you absolutely have to charge up to the higher energy charge move, or else it's not even a bait. It's not how it works. You have to have charged up to the higher energy, more one-hit KO type move, and then throw the lower energy move so that when you grab that shield out of him, you aren't losing the least amount of energy for that shield. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these sky attacks out at Wishcash. Wishcash was an amazing pick in the Fusion Cup for the Silpharina. If you're not part of the Silpharina yet, I highly recommend that you get involved in your local community. Local Silpharina tournaments happen every month, multiple times a month. And there's multiple different communities in every region. I have 2 local communities that I go to personally, but there's about 4 or 5 in my area that I could join. So yeah, we got our Bastiodon into this Wishcash, and this is a very, very terrible situation for our Bastiodon. Those mud bombs are going to be doing incredible damage to us. We are able to handle it though, due to the difference in health. All right, we got a next match coming up. Another Hypno into Altaria. I've been seeing quite a few Hypnos on the playing field, on the battlefield here. Its moveset is so versatile that it's very hard to know exactly what type of Hypno you're going up against. So he switches into his Probopass, and I go ahead and return the favor and switch into my Swampert here. Swampert is really, especially with the Sludge Wave, it's like that perfect key to fill that hole in the team that you need. I mean, this thing takes out tanks and it takes out Azumarill. And with that spammy of a move, with that Mudshot Hydro Cannon combo, man, it just delivers. Every time you need it, it's there for you, really. And it's really great in a pinch as well. So we went ahead and switched into our Altaria. He's going to go ahead and bring in his Hypno, and we see now that he's got a Shadow Ball Hypno. All right, so we're going to charge. We were trying to get rid of him there, trying to farm him down. And so we're going to go ahead and just finish that off, throw the Sky Attack to the next, and do a nice little chunk there. It looks like about a 20% chunk there. I'm gonna take that play rough to the face, and down goes Altaria. In comes Swampert, and as you can see there, we started with no energy, threw 4 mud shots out, got to that hydro cannon, and almost smashed down the Azumarill there. And also that hydro pump, right? Hydro pump does work. Hydro pump doing work against these guys. All right, so MC Jocker Arsenio, we are going to go in with our Altaria lead, like always, right? This whole video is all about Altaria lead. And as you can see, you can recover from a bad lead like this. So we had a terrible lead in the beginning, right? We switched into our Bastiodon, he switched into his Swampert. This, again, is a terrible, terrible matchup. How are we going to recover from this, right? Okay, so we're not going to shield anything at all. I'm going to save these shields. That's basically was basically a sack swap. Okay, so what I did was I had a bad lead, switched into a Pokemon. He switched into a hard counter. You don't shield anything. You allow him to kill that as quick as possible so that he's still locked, and then you're able to bring in your hardest counter for that Pokemon and hopefully take it out before the switch clock runs out. That's what a sack swap is. Okay, so we got our Swampy Swamperts up against the Scarzamaria guard. And, we're just trying to throw out these Hydro Cannons, trying to get as much damage done as we possibly can here with Swampert before we bring in the Bastiodon, I believe, in the back. Hydro Cannon again, just doing work. That's a dangerous thing, is to bring 2 tanks. Bring double anything really into a blind situation is kind of dangerous. But as you can see here, if you have a hard counter, or if you come up against a hard counter to a tank, you're going to get both of your tanks knocked out, which is not a great move. We are in a terrible situation here. And he beats us to CMP tie. What a bummer. Magnet Bomb, though. That's what saved my match there. If he had thrown a Rock Slide or a Thunderbolt, I think it would have been GG's. But unfortunately, he threw Magnet Bomb instead. Maybe he got nervous and thought that I was going to be able to get to my charge move quicker. But I do think that he should have waited for the Rock Slide. Okay, next match, we got Deoxys versus Altaria, a match that we've seen many, many a time. Now, this is not an ideal match in any stretch of the imagination, and I really should have got out before either of those 2 charge move throws. But I decided that I wanted to stay in and maintain shield switch advantage, I guess. And apparently, he did me a favor and switched out into his Mantine. So I went ahead and returned the favor and switched out into my Bastiodon, my flying counter, right? So we're throwing smackdowns, doing big old little chunks. Don't forget that. Big old little chunk is a very specific amount of health. So we're doing big old little chunks to the Mantine here. And we're just gonna farm down, maintaining our energy, throwing the Stone Edge at the next Pokemon, grabbing that last shield from him. We still have the 1 shield left. He's got 2 Pokemon on the field. We're gonna go ahead and farm down the Deoxys with our Swampert, and having that little bit of extra energy is gonna do us well. We're gonna go ahead and throw 1 Hydro Cannon at his last Pokemon, switch immediately into our Altaria, throwing the Dragon Pulse and finishing him off. Very, very clean win there. All right, and that's it for me on this one. We're gonna go to the next guy. All right, so I just figured out that my dog was actually sitting on my keyboard, and that's why I kept pausing the fucking thing. Oh my God. All right, so if there's some jumps or something where I'm talking about something that I'm not supposed to be talking about, I'm sorry, but most of this stuff should be fine. It should be fine. It's just 20 minutes. I'm not gonna talk it all over again. There's no way. So, Jesus. Thanks a lot, Lucy. Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna try to throw that Stone Edge was a missed throw. It should have been a flamethrower like we're gonna throw right now. Flamethrower is gonna be doing that super effective damage against the Reggie here. Reggie is a thick boy, so he's got a lot of health, he's got a lot of defense. He's gonna be able to take some real punishment, you know. That's why it's such a pain in the ass, and that's why on PB Poke's brand new, the very first battle analysis of Go Battle League, he's almost on every team, on every recommended team. So I mean, I would make one if I had the dust and the candy. I would make one. I almost made one. I just don't have the second move. So what are you gonna do? Wait, we're gonna wait. We're gonna save up. And we're gonna wait. We got Rose Cup coming up. Right after this video, I'm making the video for Scrafty. So Scrafty matchup mastery featuring El Show to Jason's brand new graphic. He refined the one from Right On. It is looking crispy, you guys. PB Poppers, get ready for a killer episode. Real nice and simple. We're just gonna go right over the graphic, explain the matchups you can farm, the matchups that you're gonna have, exactly what moves that you want to use in what order, when to shield, that whole thing, the whole 9 yards. Scrafty matchup mastery coming. I think I'm gonna do it 2 episodes in a day. So yep, that's what we're doing. We're doing Scrafty, bros. All right, and then Vileplume right after that. Right after Scrafty, we're gonna do an episode on Vileplume. All right. So we're up against these Mantines. We've been seeing a couple Mantines lately. Mantine has a move called Bubble Beam, and Bubble Beam is a 100% attack debuff by 1 stage. So that's kind of like the opposite of a Fell Stinger, I guess. So it affects your damage output by 20% per Bubble Beam. So 20 to 25%. So after like 4, you're doing 50% of the damage output that you did initially. All right, so we got Swampy's versus Skunk Tank, and Swampy's gonna be throwing these Hydro Cannons, trying to dilute the poison, I guess. Something like that. All right, these crunches are gonna be doing about 30% damage. We're gonna go ahead and throw out this Hydro Cannon once again. Since he did just throw that charge move, I should have thrown a couple extra fast moves, because Skunk Tank is a little bit slower in its energy generation. So you would have been able to get a couple extra mud shots in and be able to get to that second Hydro Cannon quicker on the next Pokemon. So that's something that you want to think about. If the charge move that you're throwing out is for sure going to kill your opponent on the next, when you throw it, always think about where he is in his energy generation. Do you have time to throw a couple extra fast moves so that once you do throw the charge move, you're ahead on energy by the time you get to the next Pokemon coming in? That's another little advanced strat that all the elite people like to play with, because I'm so good, bro. Just kidding. I'm like super mediocre at best. As you guys can see, we're growing all at the same time, right? I may have been playing for a year and a half, but the typings and all that stuff, that's kind of like Game of Thrones to me. And that Game of Thrones, I've never been able to get it. It's super complicated. All those relationships and how this relates to that and that relates to this. And that's kind of why I started making these videos, is because I wasn't really finding videos, that were addressing the finer details. It was all, surface stuff about, I did this and I did that. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm watching you do it, bro. I can see that you shielded there because I saw the shield go up, but why did you shield? And so that's what I'm kind of trying to do. I hope I'm doing an okay job. Again, comment below any constructive criticism that you guys have on anything that you want to see that I'm not showing you, anything that you think that I'm showing you that's too much, that's nobody needs to know that. Let me know in the comments, and side note, if you do get in the comments, that's a way to enter yourself into the giveaway, the subscriber giveaway. So we had an amazing run with this team. It ended up being Swampert, Altaria, Bastiodon, with the Altaria lead every single time. Again, since it is blind and there's a new person every time, it's not like they're gonna, catch on to what you're running. So you can run the same line over and over and over again, as long as it's winning, right? Or as long as you won once with it. Run it over and over again and make, try new things out. Maybe try a different lead and then run that lead for a set of 5. It's very beneficial to your gameplay to, you know, the fundamentals to figuring out all those little things that differentiate somebody that's just tapping to somebody that's tapping with purpose, right? So yeah. Also, we got St. Louis coming up. St. Louis Safari Zone is coming up at the end of March. I have a GoFundMe in my description. I don't know why I keep bringing it up because no one ever goes there, but it's my birthday weekend and I'm trying to go to my first Safari Zone. I already bought my ticket, but I just need help with airfare and lodging and stuff like that. I am, you know, a broke student just trying to make a YouTube channel for you guys. So, you know, if you want to kick in $5 or whatever, just, you know, 90 people, $5, that's all it needs. So yeah, we're going to finish up this round here facing somebody that's wearing that new costume, the Pica Libre costume. And now the Skarmory versus Altaria match is not a great match for Altaria. Skarmory, being part steel, is going to resist your dragon type moves and going to be doing neutral damage to you the entire time with these wing attacks. And so we're going to try to finish this off with Sky Attack there. Back in comes Alolan Raichu, the squishiest of squishers. We're going to throw off this Sky Attack once again, and that is game. All right, thank you guys so much. That was day 4. That was from battles 50 to